Hey, what's up, y'all? This is John Z from Spliff Breaks, and this interview is in collaboration with Rad TV, and I'm sitting here with none other than Stickybuds, DJ Stickybuds. How you doing, man?
I'm awesome. How you doing?
Great, great. Feeling great to be here at Shambhala. I just wanted to quickly show you my shirt here. This shirt that I'm wearing has a bunch of different strains of some good marijuana on it.
Yeah.
Can you read a couple of those?
Yeah, we got a Kush, White Widow, BC Bud, Chronic, G13, Purple Haze, Acapulco, Skunk, and Sour Diesel.
Which one of these, in your opinion, is the stickiest of buds?
I'd say just BC Bud in general as a whole.
Kind of gives it all that
Yeah,
clip.
you know, because there's a lot of nice ones.
Are any of these inspirations the reason why you decided to call yourself Stickybuds?
Oh, I can't even remember what we were smoking in high school, but it was whatever our friends were supplying us with. But you know, I wish I could remember what turned me to call myself Stickybuds, but it was just smoking weed in my Cadillac with all my friends.
So it's been a DJ name that you've had for
yeah,
it's been the one DJ name for a long time?
Yeah, and it was kind of when I was just starting to think about doing my own music and DJing. I was like, yeah, that'd be a good name, I thought.
Cool. Now obviously the what are you genre question is pretty played out by now, as many DJs, you know, they prefer not to be labeled or limit themselves to one particular genre or sound.
Sure.
So I'm interested instead, why do you think it is that makes your sound unique, and why are people so drawn to it like they are, in your opinion?
Well, two-part question, I guess, but like what makes what I do unique, I think, is just the combination of a lot of genres and styles, and the main thing of what I do with that is just harmonic mixing. Everything's in key, and the transitions and all the elements and stuff, and just working lots of stems and acapellas and all these different things together in the music. That's what makes my music a little bit different in the sets I play and the songs I write. And then I think people are drawn to it just because I play good vibe, happy music of a lot of different genres, and I have the best time ever when I'm DJing, and I think people relate with that, and, and just are happy. It's happy, fun times. Okay, cool. Stickybuds, for those that don't know, is a hometown hero of sorts here at Shambhala Music Festival. He's been performing here since, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, 2005, is that right? Yeah. Okay, and he's also been a resident at the Fractal Forest stage specifically. Yeah. What is it, do you think, about your sound that fits not only just with the vibe of this festival, but with that stage specifically? Like, why is that stage your stage? Yeah, it's just a long history of being here. I think this is the 13th year I've come to Shambhala, since I was like 16, a little wee raver. But I always loved the forest, you know, the vibe in there, what Richie Rich has done, this stage. And like when I walked in there for the first time and I saw this DJing inside one of the old stages was a tree stump, you know, like, so a long time ago, but it was just amazing, and the lighting and everything. And then when J-Pod and I first started DJing at the festival, we were like coming up like a week or two early to volunteer and like help build the ponds and like do all this stuff, you know, so it was like we're part of the family there, and it's just like family. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. Now, since you have been here since a much earlier part of Shambhala to now, do you have maybe any stories about the changes in growth in this festival that you've witnessed over the past several years? I mean, I know that there's probably tons, but do you have any stories about, like, from when you started here to now, and maybe how it's expanded and grown to be what it is now? Better, I find. I find that, like, I like all the changes and everything like that. And, I don't know, the first year I came, we like slept in the big field in the hot sun, you know, and like you only do that once before you realize that you want to be sleeping in the trees in the shade. Yeah. But I remember like maybe the second or third year I came, we got here too late again, and there was no good camping, but we just like kind of went into the forest and just like literally like cut a hole out of the forest, sort of just by cutting a few branches, which probably wasn't the best thing, but we like made our own little camp. And I don't know, just now it's like, it's almost impossible to do that, just the sheer amount of size of people that are here. And actually, like when I drove in this year, right when you come up the dirt road and like you see kind of the farm for the first time, I couldn't believe the amount of people that were camping in that far field, like thousands of people so far away, you know, like when I started coming here, it was, I don't know how many people, but like 1,000 or 2,000 people, and now it wasn't so spread out at all. It was it's just like the scale of it all has grown quite a bit, especially of the people, but I always think that's a good thing. Yeah, absolutely. It's Shambhala's 16th anniversary. Yeah. So it's, you know, been running for a long time. I'm curious, if Shambhala was a person and you could buy them something for their sweet 16th birthday, what would you buy Shambhala? I would make them a hand-drawn card about how much I appreciate them, and I'd draw some pictures on it.
Maybe get everybody to sign it?
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah. Now also, if you could create and have full reign of the stage design for your own customized stage, here or anywhere really for that matter, what would it look like and what would it be called? Would it be very similar to Fractal Forest? I mean, if you had unlimited budget and you could just like do whatever your imagination.
I love the Fractal stage. It's like, that's great. I'm super happy with that. I always kind of dreamed of like in the future or something, you know, I don't know what the future will look like, but I always wanted to like do music and have just like be able to grab things visually out of like have hologram music or something that I could like just grab and move and like kind of have crowd participation with and stuff like that, or I don't know.
Like the things on AI, the movie, like where they're moving like the screens?
Yeah,
and stuff
sort
like
of, but if I could just even have like musical elements floating in the air and I could like grab this beat and throw it in this thing and it did some stuff and I could grab my acapellas and like play the acapellas and I don't know, that'd be cool.
That'd be pretty good. What would you call it?
I don't know. The Stickybuds experience.
Except
there's no way that I would have designed that, so it would be someone else's experience.
Yeah.
But I'd play with it.
That's awesome. So for those that also don't know, DJ Stickybuds was in Australia and New Zealand earlier this year, and you did a workshop at the United DJ Mixing School.
Yeah.
From what I read. I also personally witnessed you just a couple weeks ago at Motion Ocean Festival take part in the Turntable Jam session presented by DJ Allgood.
Yeah.
I'm curious, how important is it, in your opinion, to maintain that language of turntablism at a festival like this when you have so many talented DJs in one spot? How important is it to, you know, maintain that traditional aspect of turntable culture at a festival like this?
It's great, super important. You know, I think people always connect and resonate with it too, to see people scratching and doing beat juggling and all those things, because it's not a lost art yet, but it's definitely like not one. You know, people are still scratching and there are new people coming into the scene and doing that, but it's definitely like, you know, compared to people going out and buying controllers, you know, and playing music digitally, to people scratching records and like learning that fundamental skill and stuff like that, you know, there isn't a lot of that anymore. So to have that here, to have a bunch of kids walking around and seeing a bunch of us like scratching records and stuff, you know, like it's great. People love to see that because it's not, you don't see it all the time, and it's a huge part of the culture, you know, so it's important to keep it going. Yeah,
because everything is very much laptop based and Serato, and I love the expansion in technology when it comes to DJing.
It's super important.
Yeah, but it's great to have like that kind of like hands-on feel, not to like lose aspect of that traditional language, I think, of turntablism. And I know you also taught school in Kelowna as well, is that right? So
yeah, I was a teacher at the Center for Arts and Technology for 3 years.
Yeah.
And still do workshops on the road, like you said, and yeah, it's great, amazing. I love doing that.
That's great, that's really cool. Now, before we wrap things up, the name of my blog, as I said before, is Spliff Breaks. Spliffbreaks.com. How does Stickybuds himself, though, enjoy a Spliff Break? Is there any sort of particular method that he decides to go by, or?
I like spliffs.
Yeah?
Yeah, definitely. After being in Europe, like...
Europe is where it got me, too. Amsterdam.
Yeah, totally. I've been there for like, I've done 4 Europe tours now, and it's just like, I just like the tobacco weed combination. It's much.
It's an ongoing debate here in BC, though. A lot of people...
Yeah, people like it straight up here, for sure.
Yeah.
But it's probably like one of the few places where we do smoke it straight up here in BC, because it's either super expensive in other places, or it's really crappy. Or I don't know, most people smoke spliffs kind of all around the world.
Yeah,
my experience.
Yeah, absolutely cool. Anything you want to say to the people as we wrap things up at Shambhala Music Festival here? We're on day 3.
It's been a great year.
Yeah, it's been a great year.
Yeah,
many more to come, I'm sure.
Definitely. Next year's 10-year anniversary of me DJing here. So
that'll wow. You're going to have some special tricks and things you're going to pull out of that?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah? Oh, cool.
Do my best.
Yeah, do your best. Thank you so much for your time, my friend.
Thanks for having me.
John Z, Spliff Breaks. We're chilling with Rad TV, and of course, DJ Stickybuds.
Peace out.
Peace.